This one mistake cost me $8,000 last year. And I see 95% of freelancers making the exact same mistake every single day. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, show you why it's financially devastating, and give you the exact system to fix it immediately. Even if you're already in trouble, I'll show you the emergency plan at the end. Let's get into it. Here's the mistake: treating your gross income as your actual income. Let me explain what this means. You land a $5,000 client project. You immediately think, I just made $5,000. Time to celebrate, time to spend, time to upgrade my life. You pay rent. You go out to dinner. You buy that thing you've been wanting. You feel financially successful because, hey, you just made $5,000. Then tax season arrives, and you get absolutely destroyed. You owe $1,500 in taxes. But you don't have $1,500 because you already spent it. So you go into debt, set up a payment plan with the IRS, or drain your savings if you're lucky enough to have any. This happened to me 3 times before I learned my lesson. And it cost me $8,000 in total, for $1,500 in taxes I wasn't prepared for, $2,000 in IRS penalties and interest, and $1,500 in credit card interest because I had to borrow to pay the tax bill. I'm not alone. This is the most common financial mistake freelancers make, and it's completely avoidable. Let me show you why this mistake is so dangerous. It's not just about owing taxes. It's about the compound effect that ruins your financial life. First, you spend money you don't actually have. That $5,000 project? After taxes, it's actually $3,500. But you spent $4,500 because you thought you had it. You're already $1,000 in the hole. Second, when the tax bill comes, you panic. You either drain your emergency fund if you have one, or you go into debt. Credit cards, payment plans, borrowing from family. Now you're starting the next year already behind. Third, this creates a vicious cycle. You spend the next year paying off last year's taxes while simultaneously owing taxes for this year. You're always 1 year behind, always stressed, always one bad month away from financial disaster. Fourth, it destroys your ability to save. Every dollar that should go to savings is instead going to catch up on taxes or pay off debt. You never build wealth because you're constantly in reactive mode. I lived this cycle for 2 years. Always stressed. Always broke despite earning decent money. Always feeling like I was working so hard but going nowhere financially. The worst part? It's completely unnecessary. This is a self-inflicted wound that's easy to prevent. Let me show you the real math. This is what opened my eyes and changed everything. You land a $5,000 project. Here's what actually happens to that money. Federal self-employment tax, 15.3% on the first $160,000 you earn. That's $765 gone immediately. Federal income tax, depends on your bracket, but let's say 12%. That's another $600. State income tax, varies by state, but let's say 5%. Another $250. Total taxes, $1,615. Your $5,000 is now $3,385. But wait, we're not done. You should also be saving. Most financial experts recommend saving at least 20% of your income. 20% of $5,000 is $1,000. Now your $5,000 is down to $2,385. And this is your actual spendable income. Not $5,000. Not even $4,000. It's $2,385. If you spent $4,000 thinking you had $5,000, you just overspent by $1,615. Multiply this by 10 projects over a year, and you're $16,000 in debt without even realizing how it happened. This math hit me like a truck. I sat at my desk with my calculator and realized I'd been lying to myself for years about how much money I actually had. So, what's the solution? I call it the 50-30-20 Freelancer Rule. This is the system that saved my financial life. Every single dollar that hits your account gets split immediately into 3 buckets. 30% goes to taxes. Immediately. The moment payment hits, you move 30% to a separate savings account that you label taxes only. You don't touch this account for anything else, ever. This is non-negotiable. 20% goes to savings and investments. This goes to a separate savings account for your emergency fund until you have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved. After that, it goes to investments. But this happens automatically before you see the money in your checking account. 50% is your actual spendable income. This is all you have to spend on rent, food, bills, lifestyle, everything. This is your real income. Let's run that $5,000 project through the system. $5,000 arrives in your account. $1,500 immediately moves to tax savings. $1,000 immediately moves to regular savings. $2,500 stays in your checking for expenses. You now have a realistic view of your money. You see $2,500 in checking, and you know that's all you have. You're not lying to yourself. You're not setting yourself up for failure. When tax time comes, you have $1,500 already set aside.
No panic. No scrambling.
No debt. Just move the money from your tax account to pay the bill and move on with your life.
Here's how to set this up right now.
This will take you less than 30 minutes. Step 1. Open 2 new savings accounts. Most banks let you open multiple savings accounts for free. Label 1 tax savings and 1 emergency fund. If your bank doesn't allow this, use a separate bank or use Ally Bank, which makes this easy. Step 2. Calculate 30% and 20% of your current checking balance. Don't wait for the next payment. Start today with what you have. Move those amounts to your new accounts right now. Step 3. Set up automatic transfers. Every time a payment hits your main account, schedule immediate transfers. If you use PayPal or Stripe, you can set up automatic splits. If you get checks or wire transfers, do the split manually as soon as it clears. Step 4. Adjust your lifestyle to your real income. Look at your checking account after the splits. That number is your real money. Budget based on this, not on your gross income. Step 5. Never touch the tax account. Treat it like it doesn't exist. It's already gone. It belongs to the government. You're just holding it temporarily. This system requires discipline for about 2 to 3 months until it becomes automatic. After that, you'll never go back. The peace of mind is worth more than any short-term sacrifice. Let me show you how this looks in practice with real numbers from my business last year. Month 1. I earned $4,200. $1,260 to tax account, 30%. $840 to savings, 20%. $2,100 to checking for expenses, 50%. I lived on $2,100 that month. It was tight, but it was real money I actually had. Month 2. Earned $6,800. $2,040 to tax account. $1,360 to savings. $3,400 to checking. Lived on $3,400. More comfortable, could breathe easier. Month 3. Only earned $1,500. Bad month. $450 to tax account. $300 to savings. $750 to checking. This is where the emergency fund saved me. I had $750 to work with, but my expenses were $2,100. I pulled $1,350 from my emergency fund to cover the gap. But I didn't touch my tax account. Month 4. Earned $5,500. $1,650 to tax account. $1,100 to savings, plus $350 to replenish emergency fund. $2,750 to checking. By the end of the year, my tax account had $18,420. My actual tax bill was $16,200. I had $2,220 extra that rolled into next year's taxes.
No surprises.
No stress. No debt. If you're already in trouble, you already owe back taxes, or you realize you haven't been saving, here's the emergency plan. First, don't panic. Panicking doesn't help. This is fixable. Second, calculate what you owe. Use a tax calculator or talk to an accountant. Get the real number. Third, set up a payment plan with the IRS if you can't pay it all now. They're actually pretty reasonable about this. Go to irs.gov and look for installment agreements. Fourth, implement the 50-30-20 rule starting today. Yes, even while paying off old taxes. You have to stop the bleeding while treating the wound. Fifth, increase your income if possible. Take on extra projects, raise your rates, add a side income stream. The only way out is through. I've been there. It sucks. It's embarrassing. It's scary. But it's not permanent if you take action now. This one change, treating taxes as immediate expenses rather than future problems, will save you thousands of dollars and years of stress. If this video helps you, smash that like button and subscribe for more freelancer money truth. No BS, just real systems that work. Comment below and tell me, have you made this mistake?
Be honest.
I want to know if this resonates with you. Grab the free tax calculator in the description. It'll show you exactly how much to save from every payment based on your tax situation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one where I show you how to legally reduce your tax bill by thousands. See you there. Subscribe to our channel, turn on the bell, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments.